Today I would like to introduce to you the inner workings behind building a team. That team, the New England Patriots. The constructor, Bill Belichick. If you were to look at the history of the New England Patriots football, you will see that before 1993 the team struggled. They were often said to be in the NFL scrap heap of teams. Bill Parcells took over the team in 1993 and helped get the team up off the ground. Parcells got the team to a 10-6 record within 2 years, and the team saw its first playoff game in 8 years. In 1996, the New England Patriots were going into the season with a new addition. Bill Parcells now had an assistant coach. His name? Bill Belichick. Belichick chose to go to New England and work under his former boss, Bill Parcells, to assistant coach. He was familiar with New England and had spent his teenage years growing up here. This is why he chose Patriots over his Miami job offer. Bill Parcells was a phenomenal coach, and with the assistance of Bill Belichick, the duo coached the team to the Super Bowl. Sadly, they lost, but the improvements the coaches had made were evident. This was the only year that the duo coached together in New England, but it was the first year of many to come for Belichick. Little did he know. The next year, Parcells left the Patriots with Belichick because of disagreements with owner Robert Kraft. He didn't feel like he had enough input in the players' decisions. Choosing players is key in football, and the biggest day in sports could arguably be the NFL draft. Parcells and Belichick then left and went to the Jets, the Patriots' biggest rival. This was looked at as a slap in the face in terms of rivalry in the football world. But again, the duo picked the team up, and the Jets didn't have a losing season with the B&B team, and even advanced as far as the conference championship in 1998. After the 1999 season, Parcells decided he no longer wanted to coach. He wanted to take on GM. And he asked Belichick to take over as head coach. This is where the Patriots Nation comes into play for Belichick. He wanted to prove his name as an individual coach, so he decided to separate from Parcells. He knew that if he had taken the offer, he wouldn't have been able to direct the team in the way he wanted because ultimately Parcells would still have the final say. Belichick wanted to be back in New England. He loved the atmosphere, and despite his co-workers' conflict with New England ownership, Belichick enjoyed the Kraft family and their conversations. Belichick came back to the Patriots and immediately started fixing the mentality of the players. Coach Carroll, the previous coach from 1997 to 1999, had instilled an everything will be all right mentality. Well, that was not going to work with Belichick. He left no room for slackers and complainers. You were there to win, or you could leave. There was no soft coach in this locker room. Additionally, one of the first things that Belichick did was get autonomy to drive his team to win. He needed to be able to build his team from all aspects. This wish was granted by Kraft, and the power that Parcells had never had was now placed in the lap of Belichick. The team was 100% in his hands. So you might be wondering, where does physics come into this picture? Well, from this moment on, Belichick had to pick his team with strategy. Every single draft pick he made had a reason. He began scouting and looking at the form, power, speed, and quickness of every player. He needed to also pick up the momentum of the team's winning scores. Okay, let's take a step back from history for a second and look at why these things matter. What was Belichick looking for when he was choosing a linebacker versus a running back? What makes a quarterback like Tom Brady outplay his predecessor, Drew Bledsoe? These are just a few questions that we can look at to demonstrate the ways physics comes in to the genius way Bill Belichick has built his team.